Ladies and gentlemen, International Championship Wrestling is back at ya. And it's time for a major press conference, if you will. So just give me a moment while I get this link shared out really fast. And if you guys can, please share it out. Tweet to everybody you can. Let everyone know we're live. You guys can, please share. Alright, cool. We got volume. Haha. Okay. Going to Skype. Paste. Man, oh man, oh man. Like I said, I hope you guys know how important this little press conference is. I mean, I've been debating a few things. I want to say at least a month. What's going on, Samurai? What's going on, Joker? At least a month I've been debating some things as far as this company goes, and I feel now is as good a time as any to make this announcement. So I think it's needed, I think it's necessary, and I think you guys are gonna love it. So alright, I got it Skyped, I got it Facebooked. I'm just going to throw it up on Twitter. I'm not going to tag anybody because I have two different phones. Nice. Frontier Justin. So I just want to point out that the Washington football team announced they're going to come up with a new team name, possibly today, that's going to stand for 100 years. So I guess in 100 years they're going to change it again. I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Alright, we are live, major press conference. Now, if you guys can, tweet it out, tag everybody you can to it. Respond to my post and tag people there too. It's, you know, whatever you can do. I also want to let you guys know there's a possibility I'm going to get to the information today in regards to the Dynasty Football League. If I do not get to the information about the Dynasty Football League, I will do it tomorrow for sure. So I mean, that's what we're going to do. We're going to set it all up and get everything rocking and rolling. But let's get to what we're talking about right here, right now. So you guys know where we're at, what we're doing, and things of that nature. I also want to point this out. If you guys are a part of this channel, you're the reason why this is about to happen today. So, here we go. Ed and I have made the statements more than enough. Leave comments after shows. Let us know you're here. Let us know you're active. A lot of guys don't need to do that because they're always here. Some people need to do that, or some people need to get a hold of me and they don't, which is why we always have the potentiality of firings and things of that nature. So I told Ed, and he told me, we've got people who join this roster on, I don't want to say the regular, but irregular enough, that come in and disappear. Like Kyle Mandela came in, and he was all about it, and then no sooner did we get him on the roster and have him, he was gone. And it was like, are you kidding me? Where are you going? That's it. So I'm to the point where I don't want to commit to new characters right away, so to speak, until I know they're going to be here. And I think you guys understand that, especially you guys who run shows. You know what I'm getting at. So you're going to have to earn their stripes before they're committed to. The roster's also getting really big, which is why we split into two rosters, so guys didn't get lost in the shuffle. I didn't want guys getting buried in the shuffle. I mean, if you take a look at the rankings, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm being dead serious when I say this, if you look at these rankings, which I'm looking at right now, I'm trying to find the perfect example to give you, that you guys would respect and think, holy crap, you know, he's pretty good. Let's just say, for example, I'll take Silver, for example. You know, Silver is, you know, got 52 points. If he was in Warzone, he would be ranked 6th for the internet title. 6th. Take Feck. Feck is currently the international champion with 73 points. If he lost that title on Storm, he'd be ranked 3rd for the same title. If he lost that title, he'd be ranked 4th for the United States title. So that means it's kind of even, you know. But if you take the top contender of, let me see here. Okay, yeah, let's take Keith James, for example. He's ranked number 2 on Storm. He'd be ranked number 5 on Warzone, based off points. DOA, who's ranked 5th on Warzone, would be ranked 3rd on Storm. My point that I'm getting at is some guys would have better standing on one show or the other based off their points, and some guys who are top players, if you will, would be buried more if the shows were combined. So that's why we split the rosters. That's why we set things up the way we did, and we're doing things the way they are. For example, Rick Blanchard, he's a top 5 world title contender on Storm. He would not be that on Warzone. So it's all over the place. So with this information that I'm going to give you, you guys, like I said, you're going to be all for it. You're going to be liking it, this, that, and the other. Now I'm going to mention 10 names to you guys right now. 10 names. They are Austin Rose, Silver, Hannibal Zulu, Tyler Black, Damian Cross, Dallas Spivey, Evil Eyes, JT Knight, Loverboy Bobby, and newcomer to ICW, Chris Future, otherwise known as Hot Stuff, Chris Future. Those are 10 names brought to you right now. 10. Those 10 names are a part of the ICW roster, but are hereby free agents. They are free agents, but yet they're part of the roster. I know that just became very confusing. They're not part of Storm, they're not part of Warzone, but they're part of ICW. No, we're not going to get rid of the roster split. That's staying. That's working, and we're having a fucking ton of fun with it. It is staying. We have no desires to move it. Those 10 guys are no longer part of the main roster. Ladies and gentlemen, effective next week, those 10 talents are free agents. At any time, Warzone can sign any 10 of them to its main roster. At any time, Storm can sign any of them to their main roster. From this moment on, anyone who joins ICW will not be part of Storm, will not be part of Warzone. They will go to, you have to prove to us you're willing to stick around and be a part of this company before we dedicate our time to you. Therefore, I give to you the return of Miami Pro Wrestling. There we go. We've got the arena. It's back. We are creating our NXT, if you will. Miami Pro Wrestling has returned. Newcomers are going to be sent to Miami Pro, where they will compete and show us they want to be a part of this. Yes, everyone loved Miami Pro. I'm not decking it out all crazily like I did before, but we still went with the sand look and the cabana walls and the trees, and the ICW logos in the middle was going all P, Cuevas, everyone else I may have missed. Miami Pro Wrestling is here. Now, there's guys on the roster who could have been sent to Miami Pro right now, but they weren't. You know, like Damian Cross, for example, or a TK Anderson. For those of you unaware, those are Mr. Peace characters. He's got one on each show. But they've already established themselves, and he's already establishing himself, so no, not going to happen. Now, what I want guys to understand is the 5 guys that got sent down from both shows are free agents. And the other thing I was going to mention to you is Loverboy Bobby's contract, before we made this discussion, this was other news that I was going to bring to you. Loverboy Bobby's contract was bought by Bruno. He bought Bobby's contract from Joey and became part of the Storm show. But then after further consideration, they decided to send Loverboy Bobby to Miami Pro. So now Bobby's technically a free agent, and Warzone can go and sign him right back if they so desired. They could grab Austin Rose if they so desired. He was a part of Storm. Or if Storm wants, they can go over right now and grab Damian Cross or Dallas Spivey, who were sent. Now here's what's going to happen with this show. If guys are on a losing streak, like Silver and Spivey, they're going to get sent down to Miami Pro to basically get their confidence back, to try to kind of make this realistic, give them some realism. And Ed and I run in Storm and we're in Warzone. If we see a character on Miami Pro who's just going to fit a storyline that we want or an angle that we want, and it's going to be something really cool, we'll storyline sign them to the main roster. And I'm also going to say this to you guys. As fans of the channel and fans of the company, I ask of you to cheer on the guys on Miami Pro, because you guys are going to create their push. You guys might be the determination of who does and doesn't get moved up and who does and doesn't get stepped down, stay down in Miami Pro. My apologies, talking to my daughter real quick. So my question right now, how do you guys feel about the arena? What do you think of the ring? The house show idea is buried. This is going to be kind of like your house show. This basically is your house show. So as you see, Miami Pro, you got that pink and the blue, that Miami Vice look. It's got it over here. Spin it back around. Like I said, you got all the trees all over the place, and right there. Now here's the thing I'm going to tell you about this. Miami Pro is the show that you're more than likely going to catch on a replay. And the reason why I tell you that is this. I hope to do Miami Pro matches often. The one thing Ed and I need to discuss is how many points are going to be awarded on Miami Pro. Is it going to be 3, 5, 10, whatever it might be? Okay, but we have to determine that. We have to set that up. We have to figure that. Why did I go and create a new battle? I don't want to create a new battle. I want to edit one, because I want to show you guys the championship for Miami Pro. It's going to be the main championship, and it's going to be the only championship on the roster, so you guys are aware. So here's the title. Obviously, it's the Florida State Heavyweight Championship. And therefore, if you are the champion of Miami Pro Wrestling, this is your title. You will be the Florida Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. And that's all there is to it. Now, getting back to being early. I do Warzone and I do Storm when the wife is not home. Now, there's a lot of Storms and Warzones I could do during the week when my wife goes to work early on Mondays and Tuesdays. Like this morning, she had to be at work at 5 o'clock. I could have woke up and done a Warzone or a Storm this morning. But I don't do those on those early mornings simply because you guys aren't going to be here. You're not going to be a part of it, and I know you're not going to be able to see it live. And I like the interaction with everybody with the live shows. But on those Mondays and Tuesdays when she's gone to work early, Miami Pro Wrestling will go live. Ladies Night will go live. And speaking of Ladies Night, I would love to give that show a better name, a more realistic name. I want you guys to help me come up with an idea if you don't mind. And if you get something, submit it to me privately. We'll talk about some stuff. And because I'm a giving guy, if you're willing to help us out, I'll give you a couple points in the rankings for helping me come up with a good name. But remember, you gotta keep it private. But the Ladies Night shows are going to start taking place on Mondays and Tuesdays in the mornings for you guys to catch them on the replays. My kids are normally asleep. Maybe they're up running around, but they're always pretty cool. You guys know that when you're watching my shows. The wife will be off to work. I'm not taking time away from her. Boom, we good. Ladies Night takes place. Miami Pro Wrestling will be the same. Now, because the women's roster has gotten less attention than Storm, less attention than Warzone, all you gotta do is go look at the ratings. And what I mean by the ratings is the views. the comments that take place during the shows. If it comes down to where I can only do one or the other, because Miami Pro is linked to Warzone and Storm, I can almost guarantee that's going to get more attention. Miami Pro will take precedent over Ladies Night. Miami Pro will then go live first, and Ladies Night will not happen that particular week if I can only do one or the other. I just want you guys to know that. Like Ladies Night, Miami Pro is only going to have 3 to 5 matches per episode. Right now, the roster is only 10 talents deep, and who knows how big it'll get. 10 seems perfect to me. I would love to keep it at 10, but if we sign new talent, I'm not going to immediately put them on the roster unless I know who the person is. Like, take, for example, D-Train, who just joined the company. We know who he is. We know what he's about. We know what kind of dedication he puts towards companies when he joins them. It would have been completely ridiculous to put him on a Miami Pro as a new character, although it fits the need based off the storyline. But I know you guys get that because he's technically not a rookie. He's not a new talent. Now, there could be a guy out there on the call community right now that's regarded by a lot of you as a top 10 guy. I might not know who he is. Hello, Miami Pro for him, because he's got to prove himself to me. You know, and like I said, anybody who's running a show, you know exactly what I'm getting at, and it's all like preaching to the choir with you guys. So, and I still want to tweak this Miami Pro title a little bit. I just slapped this the way it is, so you guys can see what we're going to do. But we've got Miami Pro going to take place next week for sure. It could even be this week. At any moment it could take place. I will add Miami Pro to the rankings so you guys know, so you have it. I know I got to go here. I never did do this. I need to put in 816 and see if I can find Gangsta. If I can find Gangsta, he'll be putting Miami Pro. There he is, the Gangster. Weird name, but hey, he's been around for a couple shows, so we've now got the Gangster. He's now going to go to Miami Pro as well. So that puts it at 11. And I see what Joker's saying right now, and I will say this. I don't want everyone and their brother to want to do this, but if you've got a character on the main roster and you're starting to feel uncomfortable with it, or you're not sure that's what you want to do, I'm okay with guys creating a secondary character and sending them to Miami Pro and see if you want to get a feel for him. Oh, there we go. These are all the ones. The last one was Death Rose, which I not want another Rose, I'm not going to tell you, on the roster. We have enough Carters and everything. So, yeah, all these guys. Right there's Misfit. There's the tag team champions of Storm. Keith James, he's available for you to get. There's Tail King, the original. Here's the original Thomas N. Townsend, if you guys can believe it. Man, what a transformation he took. Wow. So, end of the day, Miami Pro Wrestling's here. It's a part of it, and it takes place next week for sure, possibly this week, we'll see. Now, I also want to announce at the pay-per-view, a new World Tag Team title belt will be revealed. Baltimore's finest. I have no idea how it even got there, Callum. If I knew, I'd go get rid of it. I don't know how to do it. But anyway, a new World Tag Team title belt will be revealed. You will see Baltimore's finest enter the ring wearing the belts. But the question is, will they maintain the belts? Now, for those of you on Storm, you're in for a special treat right now. It's no secret. Anybody who wanted to take the time to look at this could have looked at this and seen it for themselves last night. And I know Ed's got no worries with me making this announcement. We looked over the card. Now, I know you guys need to understand this part. Some of you do singles matches and tag team matches. So Ed and I had to ask ourselves, is it fair for a guy to be able to do both and leave someone else out of the fray, if you will, at the pay-per-view? We agreed it's not exactly fair. So, if you were in a singles match and could have been in a tag team match, your singles push is going to take precedent unless your tag team is more meaningful to the character. Now, what I mean by that is if you look at the tag team rankings, let's just say the Ku Klux Klowns were in a match, but Crazy's ranked somewhere and could have been in one of the singles matches. Crazy would be overlooked because he's part of the Clown tag team. He's part of that persona. So the tag team would take precedent. So then he would be removed. So I hope you guys understand that. So that being said, it'll make you guys understand what I'm about to make as far as these announcements go for the pay-per-view. I'm going to give you right now the Storm pay-per-view card because it's set. It's booked. It's ready to go because of yesterday's event. And again, you could have seen this information yourself if you just went to the website. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock Eastern. Tomorrow at 2. Remember this. Tomorrow at 2 Eastern Time, Warzone will go live, and I will update the points for Warzone, and then the Warzone card will be locked in place. So without further ado, the global tag team titles will be defended in a fatal 4-way, and it's under blood rules, meaning 3 tag teams must bleed. The tag team champions, the Midnight Freebirds, will be defending the tag team titles against the Purity Express, the Suffering, and War. The Dominant Ones and Crown Royalty are involved as far as points go. They could have been in the match, but Crown Royalty, they are very high singles competitors. One will be going for the undisputed title. One's going to be defending the international title. They weren't going to get double duty, and the Dominant Ones just started. And we need to settle back on that reign real quick. So it'll be the Midnight Freebirds versus Purity Express versus the Suffering versus War in a fatal 4-way first blood match. Okay. Now moving on, you've got the KO Elimination match for the television championship. And remember, it's 6 men in the ring. Joker, Nixon, Wolf will be defending the television title against I Am Lunatic, Byron Austin, Devin Borowski, TK Anderson, and Todd O'Sullivan. Silver and Austin Rose were going to be in the match, but both have been demoted to Miami Pro Wrestling. So they will be removed from that match, which makes it a very interesting match. Joker, Lunatic, Byron, Borowski, TK Anderson, and Todd O'Sullivan. Lewis Carter is on the outside looking in because he's not had any singles matches. Now moving on to the international title. It'll be 6 men, Hell in a Cell. Feck will be defending that title against shit, I might have to retweak this. Hold on a minute. I just said this wrong. I Am Lunatic's going to get bumped up, and Lewis Carter will be a part of that television title match because Tyler Black was demoted as well, and that just totally slipped my mind. So Feck's going to be defending against Willow, Dino, Thomas O'Sullivan. Man, some of these guys are going to get opportunities on Miami Pro to prove themselves at the pay-per-view, and here I'm wanting to announce this, and I totally did not take into account guys being demoted. So since I'm putting my foot in my mouth here, allow me to fix this real quick so I can give you the actual card, you big dumb fuckface. Oh man, let me see here. We got Feck, and it'll be Willow, it'll be Dino, it'll be Thomas O'Sullivan, simply because Zulu and Black were demoted, so that would be those 4. And then it's going to be, damn, this is crazy, Lunatic, holy shit, and Austin. It'll be those guys. And I'm not going to give the points unless Ed wants to leave it as is. Ed's here. You know what? Ed's going to agree with me. We should leave it as is, even though they've been demoted, and this could be an opportunity for them to move themselves up. What do you think, Ed? I'm kind of thinking that's more of the fair idea. We'll see what he has to say if he's still here listening. Yep, Ed agrees. Okay, let me go back to that then. The television title KO match is exactly what I thought it was. Ed agreed with me. That was right, because we were going to do it, and then we did, and then we did, and then we didn't. That was me being indecisive like a dumb shit. So going back now, television title is the KO elimination. It will be Joker Nixon Wolf first. I Am Lunatic Silver, Byron Austin, Devin Brolsky, Austin Rose. If Silver or Austin Rose can win, they're immediately going to be moved back to the main roster. That's pretty much what's going to happen. So they have the opportunity to get their jobs back. The international title, again, will be a Hell in a Cell. Feck versus Tyler Black, Jack Willow, Daniel Dino, Hannibal Zulu, and Thomas O'Sullivan. If Black or Zulu can win, they're immediately going to be put back on the main roster. And then representing Storm in the main event Elimination Chamber, Grayson Taylor and Keith James have the most points. So they will join Kyle Young in that 6-man elimination chamber. That means K-Wolf, KO King, and Rick Blanchard will be the 3 from Storm that will be a part of the pre-show match. What's going on, Matty Cliff? The SmackDown hacker has unfollowed the account of Twitter, surely meaning he has some news to tell. Okie dokie then. I'm not sure what the hell that means. But the winner of K-Wolf, KO King, Rick Blanchard, and the following 3 talents, whoever they may be, then the other 3 talents from, what am I thinking about here? Warzone, holy shit. Then they'll be in a match. The winner becomes the next #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Also, breaking news. In case you were unaware, Patriot Games will come to you live from Chicago, Illinois. We are going to be in the hometown of the current undisputed world champion, Kyle Young. So we're going to be in his backyard, as he clearly will be defending the title in the toughest match he's probably had in ICW, and the most important match, because this is going to be the first real serious time ICW goes up against itself. Warzone versus Storm. It's going to be off the freaking hook. It's going to be off the freaking hook. So I'm digging this. So tomorrow, 2 o'clock, I'm going to get the show run. When it's over, I'm going to put together all the rankings, put everything together, put everything in order. Tuesday at 2. I said tomorrow, but it's Tuesday at 2. Or is this Tuesday? No, tomorrow's Tuesday. Holy shit, I don't even know what fucking day I'm in. Wow, it's Monday the 13th. So Tuesday at 2, which would be tomorrow, the 14th. You dumb, big, fat fuck. Get your shit together here today, buddy. So, any case... What's up, Nixon? Wow, man, I'm just so stoked and excited. I can't even get my shit together. And look at that guy. Let me get off of him. So, no, I am waiting for my wife to get her schedule for next week, Callum. As soon as she knows her schedule for next week, I will know. The only thing I'm thinking is she's not going to be working on the 20th. I'm figuring that's going to be an off day, because the 20th is Moi's birthday. But if she works that day, I will do the damn show on my birthday. I don't give a shit. I'm not like I'm doing anything. I'd much rather do some ICW and have a good old time on my birthday and just sit around with my thumb up my ass and trying to spin. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to rock and roll. We're going to do what we need to do. Game tomorrow's going to be big. Then we're going to know the entire pay-per-view. And like I said, as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know the exact time and day. I know this. It's going to be a long show. I mean, Elimination Chamber can take 15-20 minutes. Let's be real. It's going to take 15-20 minutes. We know this. The United States title is in a Falls Count Anywhere 60-minute Iron Man match. 6 guys, 60 minutes, 6 entrances. I can guarantee that match alone is going to take an hour and 15 minutes minimum. So we're already looking at an hour and a half or more for the first 2 matches. Then you have the Hell in a Cell match. That's one fall to a finish. So they're going to keep breaking up pins. They're going to keep stopping each other. Yeah, they're on the same. The 7 matches are going to be the World, U.S., International, TV, Internet, and both tag titles. That's what's going to happen. Both tag titles. So, I mean, it's going to be off the wall. Absolutely off the wall. Yes, Devin Broski will be at the pay-per-view as a part of the television title match, since he's earned that opportunity. So, all 7 matches in one night. So back to what I was thinking. It's going to be like an hour and a half or more, hour and 45 minutes just for the first 2. Hell in a Cell, I'm figuring is going to be about 20 minutes. So now we're closing in on 2 hours. The KO match will definitely put it over the 2 hour, 2.5 hour mark. The TLC match, they got to climb a ladder, ladies and gentlemen, to get the belt. I'm figuring that match is going to take a half hour, if not more. We're already closing in on 3 hours. And then you've got the tag team matches. 2 out of 3 falls. There's 4 teams. 4 teams. And one of them's got to get 2 falls. So if all 4 of them win a match, that's 4 matches before we even get a winner. And then you've got the first blood match for the global tag titles, which you got to make a guy bleed. I mean, it's going to be absolutely freaking nuts and freaking insane. I also want to let you guys know one more time about the Dynasty Football League. I had 15 owners locked in. First year I just went over the list. 15 teams have already been locked in and assigned. I'm going to be making that announcement hopefully tomorrow. That is the plan. So I'm hoping you guys will get involved and want to be an owner of the team. P, I don't know where you want me to get a hold of you at, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, I have no freaking clue. I know I'm stepping out my door at around 12. So, either way, if you guys want to be a part of the Dynasty Football League, you're already locked in, Powerhouse. I want to get owners. Remember, if you win the Dynasty Football League Championship, you're going to be awarded $100. $100. We're going to be doing what I'm going to refer to as like owners meetings, where I'm going to be presenting you guys things to talk about. You already locked in? What do you mean, Kyle? I know you said something about something, wanting to be a part of something. I didn't know if you actually wanted to get in, but I need guys to send me those applications, or at least message me somewhere and tell me which 3 teams are their favorites, so to speak. I want to know your favorite team, your second favorite team, and your third favorite team. I know some people say, I ain't got one. Okay, great. Tell me the other 2 teams you can see yourself cheering for if need be. It's important to determining ownership of teams. Oh, shit. Why can't I type? There we go. So, yeah, DM it, because I don't think I remember seeing yours. Okay. Alright, I got that all squared away. My apologies. So we've got this all organized. We've got this all set up. And everything's in place. ICW is getting bigger. We've got Miami Pro Wrestling now. But like I said, we're going to have 32-team league. And I need at least 15 to 17 more owners to take over teams. Go to the website, dflzone.weebly.com, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Read the rules, letting me know for sure you can do it. You do not need the video game. I want to make sure you guys do know that. You do not need a video game, because everything's going to be run via live stream on my end. And then you'll be able to see things and what's going on. You'll be able to know what's going on. All you got to do is follow that way. And it's real simple to run a team if you know how to do it. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this stream up. If you need to speak to me, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. Just hit me up. We'll get after it. Until then, appreciate your love. Miami Pro is back. Get ready. We're going to have a Florida State champion soon enough. We're out of here. Later.